Whatever. There's 2 of them. There's 3 of them. They echo. Who knows? Whatever. We have Saquon Barkley in the chat.
We have Saquon Barkley in the chat. That's great news.
And Saquon says, what does he say today, Dill?
The MLB needs to look in salary cap because there's no way the Dodgers 2-peat. We are going to 2-peat. I'm sorry to say that.
Well, we'll see. Cal Raleigh thinks differently, and so does Vlad Jr. One of them doesn't like the Dodgers. Drake London, Breece Hall, Josh Downs for Judkins, Wilson, and Olave. We'll get to that in just a sec, Bryce. Again, guys, this is the show where we talk about sports, laugh about sports. And if you're a Brewers fan, you guys suck. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't mean it. What are you doing? And everyone talks so much shit about the Mets. The Mets took the Dodgers 6 games. Okay? We can't make the playoffs, but we can take the Dodgers 6 games in the playoffs. How does that work? Get in the comments now. Drop your questions, and we will answer them. Follow the page, and be sure to DM us. Today we've got the mighty Blackbeard himself, Dylan Water Drinker Overthinker. How are you, sir?
Hey, I'm really well. How are you?
Besides the Brewers not being able to do anything against your Dodgers, which is absolutely pathetic, I'd like to see them at least compete. I mean, it must be fun for you to watch this.
It's actually not fun. I'm looking forward to the World Series. I just want a challenge.
You're not even present.
No,
You're not even present in, we get to play a National League Championship Series game today. You don't care.
Pitching duels are great live. They're not that fun to watch from the house. Let's just get this over with. I'm actually looking forward to playing the Mariners or the Blue Jays.
Especially if you bet the over. The UNC Bowl delivered. Oh, my God. This might have been the best game of the season. I mean,
it was a really good game.
Bengals versus Steelers. Joe Flacco, 40. Aaron Rodgers, 41 years old. Joe Flacco beats the Steelers. And we got to bring up this take from last week because we roasted this guy last week on a hot takes platform who said Joe Flacco puts the Bengals in a worse situation than they were with Browning, which is an absolute joke because Browning forgot that he has the best receiver in the league on his team, and all he had to do to save his own job and career was only throw the ball to Jamar Chase the whole game.
Which is what they do, which is what they did the entire game. I don't understand how they ran the same route, I think 75 times, and Jalen Ramsey could do nothing about it.
And let me also add, Jamar Chase targeted 82 times, 5th fastest player to reach 6,000 yards in 69 games. Lance Altworth, Julio Jones, Justin Jefferson, and Odell. A lot of good company there. But, Browning, if he approached the game and just went, listen, I got to save my own ass here, right? Like, I got to think about me. There's a team here, but I got to think about me. Right. I'm going to throw the ball to Jamar Chase 80 times a game.
Right.
If I get picked when I throw to him, like, the odds are in my favor. He'll score touchdowns. I'll throw picks, but we'll be in the game, and people will be happy with me because Jamar Chase is playing well.
Well, yeah, again, I mean, the Browns showed that it's very easy to shallow slant Jamar Chase inside. Just do that 100 times a game. And if not, mix it up. To have him go to the outside and quick pass every single time. You can't cover him one-on-one 80 times a game. You'll be okay. Just do that.
And listen, everybody is making jokes about Joe Flacco's age, but with age comes experience. And some would say wisdom. And the wisdom led to him going, hey, motherfucker, if I just throw the ball to Jamar Chase and I target him 20 times and he catches 16 balls, I got a chance here. This dude, 342 yards on 3 passing touchdowns in the whiteout game?
Well, and also we should say, shout out T. Higgins. A big game from him as well. I think Jalen Ramsey had a really, really tough night. He was so saucy. He was so sassy. He was getting PIs all over the place. And that old fuck really ruled the jungle.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey is not happy today. Joe Flacco owned his ass. And then you had Aaron Rodgers on the other side of the ball, another dinosaur. 2 costly picks. One of them was not his fault. The other one was basically a punt. This guy was...
Can we just really quickly... This throw was insane.
It was an overthrow. Well, the other wild thing is DK Metcalf is the fastest person alive. I don't even know how you overthrow DK Metcalf.
Well,
so
no,
it
no,
shows that this 41-year-old man has a very strong arm still.
Well, I mean, he threw it. I think he threw it 110 yards at the end of the game. But yeah, no. Actually, correction. The fastest person alive is actually Speed. I show Speed.
Right.
YouTube's I show Speed. But the fun fact about Aaron Rodgers, which was a little concerning when I had his over position last night on 250 yards, was he does not have any wide receivers. Then I'm a little worried about the Steelers. If Calvin Austin going out puts your team in this much jeopardy, you're not in a good spot. He's throwing to sumo wrestlers and Pat Fryermuth.
Legitimately, I mean, look at this guy. Pat Fryermuth had an 88-yard touchdown. This guy runs like a 7.8 40, right? He's not running a 4.4 40. He's running a 7.8. By the way, this looked like vintage Aaron Rodgers. And even with the picks, like Aaron Rodgers has always thrown picks in his career, and he still manages to win games. He threw 4 touchdowns. He threw for 250 yards. He kept the game extremely entertaining, and he's kind of doing this with like the misfits. Jaylen Warren looked great. Don't get me wrong. The Steelers' run game looked awesome. But besides DK Metcalf, Aaron Rodgers threw like 4 or 5 passes to DK early in the first quarter, and then the Bengals were like, "Fuck this, we're double teaming DK."
Yeah, well, throw to Quasimodo over there, and that's how you'll beat us. The thing about Aaron is that he actually looked fairly mobile. He got out of some spots last night, did not look as decrepit as he usually looks scrambling.
And then his own lineman tackled him.
Yeah.
You're like, wow, he looks pretty good. And his lineman's like, not anymore, not after I take him out.
Yeah. Bryce Pressey says, I mean, DK Metcalf, Jonnu Smith, Fryermuth. Yeah, so they've just got an arsenal of tight ends right now. That's their offense.
And Saquon Barkley says Steelers will choke in the playoffs like they do every year.
Yep.
I mean, lots of upsets this year as well. Absolutely. The retirement bowl, that's what it was, Bryce. And now you have, in the division, the Bengals are 1 game back of the Steelers. And you had these ESPN analysts, specifically Dan Orlovsky, our favorite here, who said, hey, after the Steelers win this game, should they be making a move to trade for Garrett Wilson or pick up the phone and get Stephon Diggs or pick up the phone and get Chris Olave? Listen, Dan, you were right. I think we showed last night the Steelers need another receiver.
Right? And we discussed this going into the season with the Bills, how these front offices and these coaches think that they're going to go into a season and make a serious run with, whether it's the Bills with Khalil Shakir and Keon Coleman and no one else, or the Steelers with DK and Calvin Austin. Like, how do you not fix this problem? I understand that there's money involved in negotiations, but I think the Steelers are scrambling to find a piece on their offense because you can't throw to 3 tight ends and DK Metcalf and win anything.
No, well, you know what? They could have because Aaron Rodgers is so good, but they didn't because the Steelers' defense was so bad, specifically their run defense. But, I mean, they let up big touchdowns to T. Higgins. They let up a big touchdown to Chase. So this was a huge problem. This is a team that has Patrick Queen. They have T.J. Watt. They have Jalen Ramsey. They have an elite player at every level, from D-backs to linebackers to the line. This is a huge problem. I don't know how to fix it. The Steelers are historically known for their defense being so good that it keeps them in games. Aaron Rodgers kept them in the game. He was the only one keeping them in the game. Pat Fryermuth, people forgot he was on the team.
Does this mean, in the comments, Pickens is better than TK?
I would say Pickens is definitely better than DK at this present moment. I don't think that's even questionable. And also horrible for my fantasy team. Jesus Christ.
Well, we talked about the Ravens being generously favored. Well, not favored, but plus 140 to win the division. We talked about it earlier on in the week, I think, at how laughable that line was. It seems like they're going to win the division. The Steelers lose, and they're getting Lamar back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, now the Ravens are right back in the mix. I mean, what's crazy is they have 1 win. But guess what? You're 3 games behind the Steelers now. The Steelers have 4 wins. You have 1. And by the way, they haven't played each other. So if the Ravens were to beat the Steelers, that's how you make 2 games up of those 3 right there. All you got to do is beat 41-year-old Aaron Rodgers twice. And with this run defense. If Derrick Henry can't slice up that team, I don't know. Last night was a fun reminder. Old men with power make for interesting times.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
I don't know about how much power Joe Flacco has. The Dodgers are going to the World Series. You know, I really hate to say it. Another unk played last night. Scherzer boy, 41 years old. And remember, the Dodgers are absolutely rolling. They're 3-1. Glasnow 3 hits, 8 Ks. Dodgers pitching through 23 innings. And guys, I just want to bring up Max Scherzer real quick. I know that we're talking about the Dodgers and the Brewers, but this man was on fire last night. His skipper came out to let him know, hey, Max, you know, you're approaching 80 pitches. I know you only let up 1 run. You look great out there, but we know you're kind of old. And he was like, get the fuck back into the dugout and never speak to me again. After the game, his manager literally said, I thought he was going to kill me. I thought Max was going to kill me.
Max Scherzer, with 2 different colored eyes and a snaggletooth, spitting with fury on the bump is one of the more, I mean, it's Shutter Island shit. He looked absolutely out of his mind.
He pitched for you guys for like 6 months or a year, I think.
Yeah. A brief little stint.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a journeyman at this point.
Well, it's bizarre because he's a 3-time Cy Young winner with insane statistics that, you know, will go down in baseball history, but it would have been nice for him to hop on to the Dodgers and, you know, give you guys some relief or something. I don't know.
Well,
Again, the Dodgers have pitched 23 innings and have a 1.54 ERA in the playoffs. This is disgusting. Jacob Mizorowski, phenom, who was supposed to be better than Paul Skeens, threw gas, didn't matter. Jackson Chourio gets injured. I mean, this is also kind of like, is everything going to go the Dodgers' way? Literally everything.
I'm worried that it's coming a little bit too soon. Shohei's starting to hit.
I don't know if he's starting to hit. I think he's like 3 for 40. With
No.
one RBI.
Well, let's just look at the last. Yeah, overall it's bad.
Yeah.
But he's starting to hit. But I don't want us to blow all of the good fortune in the.
I had an interesting discussion with Malcolm last night about Shohei Ohtani, and this is not me. This was a baseball page that brought up. You want to know what basketball player they're comparing Shohei Ohtani to in this take?
I'm a little scared.
You will be. The take was that Shohei Ohtani, before he went to the Dodgers, or maybe not even when he went to the Dodgers, he's a guy who left a horrible team.
Okay.
Who's batting overall in the playoffs in his postseason career 193.
Did they compare him to James Harden?
Kevin Durant, the snake that left his hometown team to go to the best team in the league that had just won a championship and win more championships.
Okay.
So Malcolm and I had the heated debate. The real caveat to this is that number one, Kevin Durant joined the greatest regular season team of all time.
Yeah.
Number two, OKC was a pretty good team.
It was, and also Kevin Durant is not a top 10 basketball player of all time.
I think you could argue it.
Fringe top 10. Shohei is just objectively the best player of all time in the history of the sport. So
yeah. Well, I think that absolutely, but if like Shohei's career ended today, I don't think he would go down as the like.
Best. It's not gonna end today.
Sure. I'm just saying, like, if it did. So we'll see what happens, injuries, et cetera. But back to the game, guys. Brewers were 6-0 against the Dodgers in the regular season. They're 0-3 in the playoffs. Dodgers I don't even want to say the Dodgers are hot. They don't really seem that hot. It seems like other teams are imploding against them. Do you get that feel?
Yeah, the professionalism of the Dodgers. The difficulty with playing the Dodgers is they've been there so many times that there's just ice in everyone's veins. Muncy, Edman, Mookie, these guys are just pros that are unflappable, and it's difficult to beat.
They're way more experienced when it comes to Mookie. Actually had a take.
Look at this play.
Yeah, and he had a take a week ago. He was like, I treat the postseason as a new season, right? He's mentally like refocused because he's done it so many times with the Red Sox and the Dodgers. He's just a different person. So
and he quoted Kobe last night at his locker. Job's not done.
It's not done, and you love to see that from a true athlete. And listen, here's the other thing about the Dodgers. This is a team that all year, the way that they crank you is they just smash 10 runs down your throat, right? And you're just like, we just can't score 11. You know what I mean?
Right.
But in this playoffs, the Phillies have them in a position where it's 1-0, walk in a run, tie the game, and then they win 2-1. Kind of the exact same thing happens in game 1 with the Brewers. And this is where, Dylan always loves to talk about ball security in football. But I love to also talk about momentum and how people don't respect it. The Brewers win game 1. It's just a totally different energy in the team going into game 2. You win a game at home. It's game 1. Everybody's talking about how great the Dodgers are. Guess what? The Dodgers steal a game away when Bryce Terang could have taken a pitch. Like, you're all a little deflated going into game 2. Like, we really could have won that game.
Right.
So now mentally, game 2, you're not at 100. You're at 80 or 90 or whatever you're starting at.
Yeah.
And then the Dodgers are going to whoop your ass if you're at 80 because they're at 105.
Yeah, unfortunately, all that bullshit you just said hasn't happened. And actually, the Dodgers have lost one playoff game since the postseason started.
Oh, no. I'm not. Listen, this is not to discredit the Dodgers. I'm saying that the Dodgers typically destroy you by scoring 10 runs.
The thing that everybody was scared was the weakness of the Dodgers has been their greatest strength. Their pitching has been unstoppable.
Incorrect. Their pitching, the weakness of the Dodgers was their bullpen.
Right.
Their pitching is so good, they're not using their bullpen.
Right.
They are literally going 8 or 9 innings. Snell, Yamamoto, and now Glasnow, like, your starter. And by the way, this is what the Dodgers did in the offseason. These were the 2 big moves they made. They got Glasnow and they got Snell, and this is why they have the best front office in baseball.
Well, they got Glasnow healthy, but this stat is absolutely bonkers. The Milwaukee Brewers have 9 hits through 3 games in a postseason series, which is the lowest in 119 years since the 1906.
And if anyone was curious, this is what baseball looked like in 1906 when this happened the last time, which is absolutely insane.
And honestly, Bugsy Siegel was probably making the White Sox hit that poorly. So, this is probably the actual only time this has happened.
Dill, I just have a quick question for you.
Yeah.
You just showed 1906, right?
Yeah.
Off the top of your head, I know you're a historian.
Oh, yeah.
A quick question.
Yeah.
Do you know what year World War I started? Go.
1911, 1914?
1914.
Yeah.
This happened before World War I started.
Yeah.
Okay, just to put that in perspective.
Yeah.
0 chance to win, and the Dodgers' opponents look like they're going straight to hell. Toronto and Seattle, though, are all tied up.
Yep.
Vlad found his bat.
Big
All right.
time.
I mean, the road home curse is still alive and going against everybody except for the Dodgers, by the way.
Right.
They were the only team to break that spell. So Mariners go to Toronto, beat them twice. Toronto flies to Seattle. Vladdy just absolutely sparks them. And by the way, Dodgers went on the road to Milwaukee, beat them twice, but now they've obviously won at home yesterday. And
Zach Attack says, what would you think about a Dodgers repeat? Would it break your heart?
it wouldn't break my heart. I would say I'd be mildly aggravated. And not really by you, Dill, because you're like
fair weather.
You're fair weather, so
Yeah.
like you'll talk shit, but like it really won't be that intense, and you really won't even care what you're saying.
Well, what about this accusation that the Dodgers are a monolithic and corrupt organization, kind of like the live golf of the MLB?
It's difficult for me to get on that train because again, I was born in '88. I grew up, and the Dodgers were never good. They never won a World Series up until 2020, so they were never a threat to the Yankees. They were never a threat to any good team in baseball. The Mets never really had a rivalry with them. We kind of beat up on Kershaw when we played him in the playoffs in the 20 teens, like 2015, 2017. We always beat the Dodgers. I didn't feel like there was any type of rivalry between the Mets and the Dodgers. So, listen, you won the championship, you won the World Series in the COVID year, which in every sport they say is a tainted world. Fuck that. Like it's a championship. It's a championship. And also the Astros cheated you out of one, so you got one back, right?
Yeah.
And then you get Ohtani, which I don't love. I don't love Ohtani going to a team that just won a World Series. I don't love Freddie Freeman winning the MVP with the Braves and then going to the Dodgers the year before. It's just a little too convenient. But this is the point of having a great front office, and I think more. I'm impressed because I watch my franchises who have the worst front office you could possibly have. Let's get rid of Aaron Rodgers and trade him for Aaron Glenn and change the culture here.
Yeah,
and
it's
we'll
the
go,
wrong. It's
and
the
we'll
wrong
go
Aaron.
0-6.
Yeah, it's just the completely wrong Aaron. Bad news. For the Mariners is that Castillo got knocked around. So
Slime is in the chat. What up, Yala?
anyways,
Yala. New York Yankees. He's not happy right now.
we're moving on to the World Series.
We're moving on to the World Series. The Mets and Yankees won't be there. Dodgers don't get too comfy. Toronto and Seattle or Seattle are coming. Worst takes of the week, or are they? We're going to catch the Blitz's wildest takes of the week. Last week, they were all pretty much horrible. I think we'd all agree. This week, we'll see. Jerry Jones made the right move to trade Micah.
Wrong.
Listen, I don't think this is a hot take. I think this is a very mild take, right? I don't think Micah's doing anything on Green Bay that is like, oh my God, this guy's the best the best edge player in the league. And by the way, they put him on like a snap count the first 3 or 4 games. They were aggravating him, whatever.
And can we really quickly say, jump in the comments, let us know what you think the World Series is going to be. Dodgers versus who?
Well, Cooper Movie already told us it's Seattle versus Los Angeles.
Yeah, follow
so
Cooper's
Movie,
lead.
Shout out Cooper Movie, Seattle versus LA.
Jerry Jones did not make the right move to trade Micah Parsons. It was stupid to do that, but it hasn't looked that bad so far.
Yet.
Right,
I think we'll say yet.
Let's go. We should do lightning rounds with these because we got a couple of these.
Let's go to the
takes.
next one. What is it? Zach Taylor and Mike McDaniel get fired before week 11 or week 10. I think Zach Taylor just bought himself probably 5 to 6 weeks after that win yesterday. They're right in the mix. You can't fire Zach Taylor when he's 1 game out of the division lead.
And again, I don't blame Zach Taylor for the Bengals as much as I blame their front office.
And let me tell you something. Mike McDaniel's playing the Browns this week. If he beats the Browns, he's not going to get fired after he beats the Browns, right? So Mike McDaniel is a couple plays away or a couple brain cells of Tua away. Remember, guys, we showed you a McDonald's cheeseburger versus Tua yesterday, what they cost you. And they're costing Mike McDaniels potentially his job.
Yeah.
McDaniels is good. Panthers turn it around and win the NFC South. No fucking chance.
No.
I just saw a stat. I might have mixed up both of these, but if I say it wrong, it's the inverse. The Atlanta Falcons this year have the best offense, number 1 in the league. All right, and the second best defense.
No.
Statistically, after the Bills game. And
are you looking at Pro Football Focus? Where are you pulling this shit from?
It was possibly like rushing offense or something like that. But like, would you really be surprised, by the way, if Bijan had the top rushing offense? Either way, they're statistically in the top 5 of both offense and defense, coming off a 30-point loss to the Panthers a couple weeks ago. I think everybody wrote them off. Falcons are a nice team. And by the way, I brought that up, but the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they have the MVP right now.
The Cooper Movie is correct. The Panthers are going to be number 2. He said they're going to be number 2 and 3 in the draft. Did they get picks? Cooper, let us know.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Let us know if they have picks or if
picks.
you just think they're going to tank the rest of the season. JSN finishes the season with 2,000 yards. This would be really cool. I just don't see it happening.
Not going to happen, but
it's too hard to do. JSN, listen, Darnold likes to throw the ball to him. I don't know if the whole Darnold hype can keep up. Maybe it can. Maybe it can. He did great. And listen, the Darnold thing is he did great in Minnesota. Now he's doing great in Seattle. When are we going to say he's a good quarterback? We got to say it, right? There is no elite NFL team this year.
This is the best take of the week, I think. I don't think there is a single truly elite team in the NFL so far.
These are just not way too early takes. Listen, we're 5 games into the season. Usually there's a team that's 6-0, 7-0, and everybody crowns them as the best team. And guess what? Most of the time, they're not the best team. They're 7-0. They beat the Browns. They beat the Dolphins. They beat the fucking Jets. Nobody cares, okay? In football, you have to go on the road, beat good teams. You have to smash bad teams. You have to win at home. All of these things have to happen. You have to do them consistently. We'll talk about the elite teams week 12, all right? We'll talk about the elite teams
I
week
think
12.
you're a hater. I think at this point in a lot of seasons of yore, we've had teams that are absolutely elite. I mean, whether it's, the Pats going undefeated. Yeah, I know they lost to the Giants, but the Chiefs last year, it might not be the right narrative. They may lose ultimately, but there have been, I don't think there's a clear cut, even in the ESPN hot take sports journalism wing of NFL commentary, that there's been an elite standout team so far.
Well, listen, I'll also say I don't really think that's much of a hot take. Like, what is elite defined as, by the way, in football, number one, and number two, this is great for football. Every team has one or two losses.
Parity.
Every team can, and by the way, there's a reason for the term any given Sunday, right? Because, listen, the Browns with Joe Flacco beat the Packers, right? The Bengals with Joe Flacco beat the Steelers. The Falcons beat the Bills last week, right? So any given Sunday, a bad team, quote unquote, bad team can beat a good team on any Sunday. So
OGB Way, John said the Bears are trash. I mean, listen.
I don't think the Bears are trash at all. I think the Bears are the best they've looked in maybe 10 years. I don't know the last time the Bears were actually fun to watch and good. Maybe that one Mitch Trubisky year where he went on that insane run. Besides, when they were with Urlacher going to the Super Bowl. Ben Johnson has completely turned it around. Caleb looks great. I don't think this is their year, but I think they will be in the playoff mix for a wild card, and I think that you have a great future to look forward to with Caleb paired with Ben Johnson. The defense is kind of nice too. They've got great young receivers in Dudze and Burden. They've got Swift. They got the kid Kylie Minogue. I don't know how to say his name.
Kai Minogue.
Danny Dimes, Colts are better than the Chiefs. That is the dumbest take I've seen. I hope that we get to play this next week after the Colts get fried by the Chargers. Guys, again, I'm going to just go through this with you guys. Again, I'm sorry for any Colts fans catching strays right now, but you guys beat the Dolphins by 30. Nobody cares. You beat the Broncos on a ref bailout by 1 point. You beat the Tennessee Titans, who don't even have their coach, by 30. Nobody cares. 2 wins that are illegitimate. You beat the Rams. Dylan's going to say it's because of an Adonai Mitchell fumble. Don't care. It's a wash with the Broncos. Raiders, you beat 40-6. The Raiders fucking stink. Every team that stinks, you have pummeled, which good teams do. And you almost lost to the Cardinals last week, but you got it. Now you got to play the Chargers. Tough. Titans, ass. Steelers, tough. Falcons, tough. Chiefs, tough. This is what good teams are made of. We're going to see who the Colts are over the next 5 weeks.
I'll bet you $100 right now that they beat the Chargers straight up on Sunday.
Done.
Great.
Done. We're going to shake on that. Do we have another bet going on that we don't know about?
Not sure. OBJ won. I mean, he's got a freaking
OBJ says the Bears will lose out. That's hysterical.
Okay, what is the next worst take? Cowboys will actually end up winning the division.
The Cowboys actually end up winning the division. I don't. If that happened, I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised too. Chucky Gruden said something this week. NFL teams in the NFL don't stay the same. You either get better or you get worse. I think the Eagles have gotten
The Eagles
worse.
look like they're getting worse, right?
They look like they're getting worse.
The Commanders, I would say, look like they're getting better. The Cowboys the Giants look like they're getting better. The Cowboys kind of look like – the problem with the Cowboys is, with Gruden's take, is like they get better and worse throughout the year, the Cowboys. Right. But all of these teams have flaws, and that's why I think the whole division – dude, I think the Giants could win the division, to be honest. Like that, because the Eagles play so inconsistent. I think the Commanders are going to win. If I had to bet on one team to win it, I would bet the Commanders.
So some comments.
Patriots winning 1 seed, no fucking chance.
No chance.
Guys, this little Josh Allen little cloud over his head that you're seeing, this isn't going to last. This is not going to last. All right? Josh Allen is elite. He's played This is not Josh Allen. He's going to snap back into it. I don't know if it's next week, the week after. Watch out for the Bills. They're going to start scoring 40 points again. He doesn't give a shit who his receiver is.
Bandos Gaming says, what about the Seahawks? How real do you think the Seahawks are?
I can't talk shit about my boy Sam Darnold anymore. Again, guys, I'm a sad, pathetic Jets fan. We drafted Sam Darnold, basically ruined his career until he left town, became a backup for a year and a half before people realized, oh, this kid actually is a good quarterback. The Niners probably should have kept him, paid him, got rid of Purdy, not paid him that huge contract. That would have been probably in the best interest of Kyle Shanahan, because the output that you're getting from this guy, they were the Vikings won 14 games last year with Sam Darnold. The Seahawks look great. They look strong. They can run the ball. They're good on they're decent on D, right? And Sam Darnold has JSN. So JSN is kind of like this young Jamar Chase right now. So
Shador starting a quarterback anytime
it's
soon.
Brennan. It's coming.
Brennan.
Shador's coming. Shador is coming, dude. There's too much pressure to put him in the game because the Browns are so fucking bad. Okay, if the Browns could win a game, you could make a case to keep Dylan Gabriel in. If Dylan Gabriel's throwing 3 touchdowns a game and 2 interceptions, he stays in. If he's not throwing any touchdowns, see ya. Bye-bye.
George09 says, how do you feel about the Ravens right now?
I like the Ravens. I like the Ravens' chances of coming back. I'm a big Lamar Jackson guy. I think you see who the real MVP of the league is every single year. It's Lamar Jackson. It's not Josh Allen.
Yeah, he's doing it despite having a horrible coach, too. Let's get to the next hot take.
That should be the hot take. Spencer Rattler's a top. No, get this off the screen. Absolutely, we're not giving this any attention. Spencer Rattler is. Who the fuck said that? A Saints fan? Okay, those were the worst and honestly some of the best takes of the week. And we will constantly give you these, guys. Week 7, start or sit. This is why you guys come to the show. We wanted to do start or sit, guys. Remember your fantasy matchups this week. Go check them out real quick and tell us who you need to start or sit. We are going to be talking through all of this today.
Get in the comments if you have questions about your fantasy team. We are experts. We are soothsayers.
Yeah, we're going to call ourselves experts because a lot of other people do who are fucking idiots. And if they can say it, then we can say it. All right. Quote unquote experts. Ramondre Stevenson. Throw him in your fucking lineup, dude. Yeah. Listen, I have to. I'm forced to. But he's playing Tennessee, who lets up, let me tell you right now, I believe it's the most fantasy points. No, the 3rd most fantasy points to the running back position. And guess what? TreVeyon Henderson is not intelligent enough to understand the Patriots playbook. That's why he's not in the game, by the way. Like, everyone was trying to figure it out. That's the reason. And Ramondre Stevenson has fumbled 3 times a game, and Mike Vrabel still gives it to him on the goal line every single time. And, by the way, he's fumbled into the goal line to lose a game, and he still gives it to him.
Mike Vrabel has seen Ramondre Stevenson fumble over and over and over again. His quote about TreVeyon Henderson, I'm excited to get him more involved on special teams.
That is such a coach's answer, like to not talk shit about your player, but also you're talking shit about your player. Travis Etienne, I think he started the season really hot. He's been a little slow. You can't bench Etienne, dude.
No.
You can't bench Etienne. You can never sit him unless you're so stacked.
They're playing the Rams in London.
I mean, listen, if you're so stacked that you have the option to bench Etienne, I'd probably bench every player playing in London any week.
The Rams are going to London tomorrow. That seems like, I don't know how
Let me tell you guys something. I've been to London more than once, okay? Last year, went for the wrong reason. I'll tell you what the reason was. I went to watch Aaron Rodgers play the Minnesota Vikings in London. The team was in disarray. Rodgers almost let a comeback at the end of the game. We lost. Minnesota flew to London. It was basically like a Vikings home game. I hated it. They were doing the whole skull.
Yeah, skull.
I didn't even know that was a thing. Immediately hated it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, felt it. I'm like, I hate this.
It's Vikings. It's Scandinavian shit.
Hated it.
Yeah.
Okay. The area of London that I was in, it was like the hood. Like, wherever they put that stadium was, it was the hood. I hope no one has to go there. I was not at Wembley.
Wild question from. I'm assuming that this isn't for fantasy, but Jorge says, who are you starting first, Cooper Rush or Tyler Huntley?
I don't think you are going to have to make that decision because the Ravens are on bye, number 1. And number 2, Lamar Jackson's coming back the next week. Keenan Allen, play him. Play him every single week. Absolutely. Quentin Johnston was hurt last week. Lad McConkey came back in a big way. Again, Keenan Allen is Justin Herbert's favorite target in the red zone, so play Keenan Allen. Devontae Smith, such a boomer bust. Such a boomer bust, guys. He's great. He's not great. It all depends on Jalen Hurts' mood, I guess.
Which is always poopy. The whole, you want to talk about storm clouds. Everyone on this team seems like they have poop in their pants. Everybody's bummed out. It's just bad vibes. We always say with boomer bust guys, if you're going to really, you know it in your heart and in the projection, you have an uphill battle, throw in a boomer bust guy. If you're in the lead and this is going to be an easy game for you, do not play players that can get you 4 points.
And guys, please, again, ask us. Ask us right now who you want to start or sit, all right? If you got an option at flex, receiver, running back, who should I start or sit? We want to hear your comments. We want to talk to all you guys. We are answering every single comment right now. Zach Ertz, start him. Jaden Daniels loves Zach Ertz. If Jaden Daniels is on the 10-yard line in the goal in a red zone situation, Dill, you know who he's looking at? Zach Ertz.
Or
you know
wrong
who told
white
me Deebo
guy.
Samuel and Terry McLaurin aren't playing this week? You did.
Oh, well, Debo might not, but Philip Flores says Debo. Yeah,
Philip, I don't think Debo's playing, so I think that's obviously your answer if he's not playing. And then, there's a number of receivers to look at to pick up. McCaffrey.
Luke McCaffrey.
Lukey boy.
Choo, choo, choo. All right, let's get to Tet.
Tet, you got to start Tet. They're playing the fucking Jets, dude.
Yeah, but the Jets are a little feisty.
They're not feisty. They're the opposite of feisty. They'll up 30 points a game, Dill. That's 4 touchdowns they're going to let up.
They let up 13 points last week to the Denver Broncos.
They were in London. That's the exception.
Okay, well, Cortland Sutton got shut the fuck down last week, so I think Sauce can do the same thing to Tet, but we'll see. You got to start Tet.
Pro Football Focus also has Bo Nix as the 35th ranked quarterback.
That's
so
true.
Maybe that's why.
yeah. All right, Kayshawn Booty. Oh,
listen, I'm kind of excited about this kid, but I don't understand I think Drake May is one of these quarterbacks who he's so good. He doesn't give a shit who his receivers are. He's not focused on any one player. He's reading the play and hitting the open man. That's why you see Stephon Diggs 2 weeks ago go off. That's why you see Booty. I don't know how to say it. I don't know if he's French. He went off last week. So this is a boomer bust situation if you're starting a Patriots receiver, unfortunately. He also loves Hunter Henry, which I'm sure is not available in any league.
Kayshawn Booty is a worse version of Devontae Smith. Philip Flores says, do you think Kittle will start? Yes. And yes, Kittle will start.
Rico Dowdle, listen, Brennan, my heart says you have to play Rico Dowdle because if you're a Panthers coach, if you can hear me, do not put Chuba back in. Do not put Rico Dowdle went for 200 yards 2 games in a row. You don't need Chuba started the year. Who the fuck cares? You made the wrong decision to start Chuba. Chuba didn't run for 200. He had 6 games. He didn't run for 200 once or 4 games, whatever it is. He's out, bro. Rico's in now. All right? New look, new fit, new me.
And honestly, if Rico Dowdle had 2 60-yard games and 2 touchdowns in both of those games, we would be a little less. He put up 400 plus yards in 2 games. That's not a fluke.
Rico Dowdle gets 70% of the carries this game if I'm the coach, and he starts the game. Chuba gets in when Rico says, Coach, I need some water. Okay, get some water. Chuba, get in there. That's how the game goes. That's how it should go.
If you're starting Rico, just buckle up for a vulture.
I don't think Matthew Golden should be put on any list in front of me. I'm biased towards him because we bet him to have 1 catch, I think, this year earlier, and he had 0.
Yeah.
He had 0, and I did see him last week, and he actually looked great.
Listen, his ass metrics, his separation scores are through the roof. You know whose are through the floor? Emeka Egbuka. So ass.
Let me guess. You found those at Pro Football Focus?
The ass metric is a Pro Football Focus nerd data point, and you should throw it out the window. Matthew Golden, if you need to, start him. If you don't.
Guys, good luck on Sunday. We're probably wrong about all of these. Best bets of the week. These are locks of the week, guys. These are can't-lose bets, okay? And maybe can't-lose moneyline bets. But we're going to give them to you with the spread, our favorite locks of the week. And coming in at number 1 are the Patriots -7 in Tennessee. And I'm going to tell you why. This is not just, talking with the heart. By the way, I don't have a heart for the Patriots. I hate the fucking Patriots. Okay? But they've made me a lot of money in my career, believe it or not, betting on Tom Brady because I knew that he would beat the Jets, and I didn't want to feel bad that day. Right? So after I felt bad, at least I had money in my bank account. It's called
an emotional hedge.
It's an emotional hedge. And a financial one at that, too. Titans have not won a game at home this year, guys. 0-3. Pats
have they not lost on the road?
Have not lost on the road. 3-0. What else do you need to know? Patriots -7. Lock it in. Okay. Broncos at home.
Really quickly, we've got something flying in from Jordan Bradley. Start 2, Kamara, Dowdle, or Scat. It's going to be Dowdle and Scat for me,
Dowdle
buddy.
and Scat for me, unless you get some type of information last minute that the Panthers head coach is a fucking idiot and he starts Chuba over Dowdle. That's the only situation I would put Kamara in. But you're starting Scat.
Can we quickly talk about Kamara with trade rumors?
I really pray that Kamara gets shipped off to Los Angeles.
Well, he said, if you trade me, I will go and drink pina coladas. Alvin Kamara does not give a fuck.
No, he's like, I'm drinking pina coladas right now as you ask me this, and if I get traded, I will continue to drink them.
Yeah.
And by the way, God bless him. It's unfortunate when a man of Alvin Kamara's talents who gets to play with Drew Brees for the first end of his career then has to deal with Spencer Rattler.
Top 15 quarterback.
Broncos -7 at home against the Giants, guys. The Giants haven't won on the road this year. Remember, high altitude, very difficult for players to compete here, especially a young guy who's never played in that type of.
This is going to be a really, really tough game for Jackson Dart. I think Jackson Dart's hot mom is going to be teary-eyed in the stands because her son is going to get fucked up. This secondary is no joke. Wan'Dale Robinson is not good, and Cam Skattebo is going to need an oxygen mask by the second half. The Giants are going to get rolled.
Wan'Dale Robinson is great. That is a lie because he's going to have to save my fantasy week this week. Guys, Kansas City are 11.5-point favorites against the Raiders. Now, traditionally, I'm not a fan of betting on these divisional games. They always trap me. I always see the line. But the reason I like KC -11.5 this year is because Geno Smith is so ass. He is so bad, Dylan.
This is a flip-flop trap. You see 11.5 and you go, that's too much. But it's not too much. Rashee Rice is coming back. Andy Reid and the coaching staff has said, oh, no. We're not going to slow play Rashee Rice. He's coming back 110%. The Raiders are going to lose by 3 or 4 or 5 touchdowns.
My favorite comment of the day, OBJ just said, I'm going Giants money line. That's incredible. Guys, I want to talk about the Raiders real quick. Let's just talk about how the Raiders have performed this year. Remember, we just brought up that the Colts, who I don't even like, beat the Raiders by 40 points. They won 40-6. Okay, somehow, some way, the Raiders beat the Patriots week 1. They have a great start to the year. They lose to the Chargers by 11. They lose to the Commanders by
Commanders
18.
Game.
They lose to the Bears by 1 on a field goal that they probably should have won that game. They got a blocked field goal. And then they lose to the Colts by 34. They beat the Titans by 10. So they beat the Patriots and the Titans. In the games that they've lost, they're losing by 18, 11, 1, and 34.
And let me say the Commanders game that they lost by 18, a lot of that was backdoor, and that was the Trey Tucker game with just these fluky blown plays. The Commanders were up big early and took their foot off the gas.
Listen, I don't like to count Pete Carroll out, but Mahomes is playing awesome. By the way, do you know who Mahomes gets back this week? Fucking Rashee Rice. Come on now.
Top 5 wide receiver in the league.
And to be honest, it looked like last week he didn't even need Rashee Rice. Just Xavier Worthy was enough to spread the shit out of the offense. And scary.
Well, and also the refs.
You know what, guys? The next lock of the week, and maybe this is just the lock of the week every week, is just bet against the fucking Jets, bro. Just bet against them. They're so bad. They're losing players left and right. Their quarterback is so screwed up by not himself, but by the coaching because he said last week, maybe I'm playing a little too conservative. You don't play conservative unless the people around you have put some type of Professor X weird-ass, what is the room he goes into?
Oh, I don't know what the name of the room he goes into.
Oh, my God. Somebody
called.
tell me in the comments. Well, I can't believe I'm thinking Prometheus, but that's not the name of the room. I don't know why that was the first name that came into my
Who
head.
knows the name of the room?
No,
that
everybody
he goes
knows.
into?
Every Marvel fan knows the name of the room. They're going to tell me in the comments right now. But Professor X style helmet, right? It's just Justin Fields. This is not your fault, bro. PSA. Aaron Glenn's an idiot. PSA. The Jets GM's an idiot. PSA. The Jets owner is an idiot. All right, Cerebro. Thank you very much. So Carolina minus 1.5 against the Jets.
Let's not just blow over that gratitude for TikToker, okay? Cerebro is a crazy pull. No one knows what that room is called. He just helped us out in a big way. Thank you, TikToker.
I literally said 30 seconds before TikToker said Cerebro that somebody in the comments would know this immediately. And they did.
Yes,
Thank
Cerebrum.
you. Cerebrum.
Okay.
Hey, listen, Prometheus, Cerebro, what's the difference? Carolina minus 1.5, lock it in. We're going to go into the trap of the week.
I feel like fading you here because this feels like a trap. But let's get into the actual trap of the week.
I mean, it's just the Jets are so bad, bro. They're so bad. Like, they really are. They're horrible. They're just not good. Trap of the week, guys. And you call me crazy, but the Bucks +6 against the Lions. And the reason it's a trap is the Bucks are playing so well. They have the MVP favorite or top 3. If you want to, listen to Vegas, who said now Mahomes is the favorite. But how are the Bucks getting 6 points? What are they, 5-1, Dill?
They're 5-1. Their receiving core is depleted, but this is too many points.
It's too many points. It screams. That's the easiest bet of the week. Tampa +6. Give it to me. Trap. Let's go to the.
So you're going to take the Lions here.
I think you have to. I don't want to take I would never bet the Lions -6, but Vegas is telling me what to do.
Yeah.
They're telling me to take the Lions -6. OBJ says Vikings money line over Eagles. Run it, bro. Run it. Vikings at home. The Eagles.
Run it.
The Eagles are trash, dude. Like, they're kind of trash.
The Eagles are trash.
They're kind of trash, dude. They're so like. They almost have Warriors, Golden State Warriors syndrome. When they were so good, they started fighting with each other.
Yeah, it's
Like,
mopey.
what the fuck is wrong? You just won the Super Bowl. Do it. Go out and do your job and do it again. Stop. I didn't get the ball. Shut the fuck up. You'll get it next week.
And listen, I get that your fans are throwing batteries at you after you win a Super Bowl because you didn't win it by enough points. But
which was like 30, by the way.
Yeah. But you're worth millions of dollars and you have a Super Bowl ring. So AJ Brown. Shut the fuck up. Let's go to the CVS receipt of the week.
This is the best. If you don't know what the CVS receipt is, this is what it is. The CVS receipt is the longest parlay you've ever seen. How many we got? How many legs?
This is a 12-legger.
We got a 12-legger in, guys, and we're going to turn your $10 into $270,000. Do you want to be a quarter millionaire? Do you? Because this is how you do it, okay? We're going to run through it with you guys. Tail our bets, guys, if you want money. If you like money, this is not financial advice. If you like money, do exactly what we say.
Now, let's just say this really quickly. There is next to 0% chance of this hitting.
This is not hitting, but when it does, thank us, okay?
But $10, you can't get a meatball sandwich and chips at Subway for $10, okay? So you might as well just sprinkle a little on this.
Listen, not everybody has $250 million like Tua Tagovailoa does. Right. They only have $12 to spend on a McDonald's Happy Meal or Big Mac.
Big Mac meal,
right?
Yeah.
So now, maybe don't eat that Big Mac today
and
put it on this anytime touchdown CVS receipt. Jordan Mason anytime touchdowns against the Eagles. OBJ, I know you're booking that, bro. Don't even question me. Guess what? We threw another Viking in there for you, OBJ. Jay Jettas getting in the end zone. That's easy. That's all day. Against the Eagles? Are you kidding me? Okay, sprinkle a little Kamani Vidal on there because guess what? Harbaugh said Haskins was going to start, so you know that means Vidal's getting the touchdown.
Yeah, because Harbaugh's an idiot.
Okay, JT scores any week. Does anybody have a problem with that? No. Roma Dunze, does anybody have a problem with that? He should have scored 3 touchdowns last week. He scored 0. He's getting in the end zone this week. Chris Olave, give it to me. Olave,
he's
been underachieving this year.
He's got a bruised hip a little bit, but his brain is okay. And his brain is the thing that we've been worried about.
He's getting in the end zone. Come on now. Guess what? His counterpart, the fastest man alive besides DK Metcalf and ISO speed, Rashid Shaheed speed, end zone.
And we're doing this because the Bears are one of the bottom 3 ranked defenses against touchdowns.
Let's also talk about Luke McCaffrey, who was plus 340 last week. Suddenly, Vegas has figured it out.
Oh,
Now he's
look
plus
at
210. Now
that.
they're
Put
not
some
giving you the
respect
odds
on his
anymore.
name. 3
Now they're not-
touchdowns in 4 games. Put some respect on his name.
It's weird how Vegas acts as Cerebro. Very weird.
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to move right along to New England. Guess what? Tennessee lets up the third most points to the fantasy running back position. Ramondre Stevenson will get in the end zone because Travion Henderson doesn't even know the play from the 2-yard line.
He's
That's
stupid.
That's how much faith Vrabel has, is that if I give this kid the ball at the 2-yard line, he might run the other way.
All
right?
the Rico Dowdle fans out there, we said if the Panthers coaching staff is not stupid, unfortunately,
They are.
they are.
Unfortunately, they are. We're fading all Panthers coaching. And also the fact that Carolina might be up 20 points on the Jets, and maybe they'll just put their backups in at that point.
So Chuba Hubbard to get into the end zone.
Yeah, Chuba to get into the end zone. Kareem Hunt, guess what? This feels like Kareem season. You know, Kareem in the middle of the year, he always has this little run. He already had one big game, like a 20-point game. And also, I'm speaking from a fantasy lens where I need him to score. So Kareem Hunt, I feel like he might get 2 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs minus 195. What are you thinking?
I mean, it's an inevitability.
Jahmyr Gibbs coming off a 7-point fantasy performance. Guess what? End zone. Guys, we just made you $270,000. You're welcome.
Yeah, you're
All right?
welcome.
This is the CVS receipt. That's how you make money. Steve, what up, baby? Good to see you. Remember, have fun and think about possibly being responsible when you're gambling.
Possibly.
Okay? That's our show, guys. Dappz Live every day, 12 p.m. Pacific. Be sure to check out our gambling and fantasy content at Dappz Sports on YouTube. Up or down, Thursdays at noon. We will see you next week.